The purpose of this video is to provide you with a better understanding of how Google works out the ranking of its different paid ads on the Google search network. Now, for this example, I've chosen Auckland Builders as the phrase, and when I click on this button here, Google's going to hold an auction behind the scenes. So let's take a look at how fast that auction is and what the results are. So there we have it. We've got 4 paid ads here at the top and another 3 paid ads here at the bottom. Now, Google is regarded as the #1 search engine in the world, and it wants to stay that way. So what that means is Google wants to give you the best possible results when you do a search, and it realizes that if the results were all based on who was prepared to pay the most, that wouldn't necessarily give the user the best results. So when Google looks at the ranking of its ads, the bid price is only one of a number of different factors that come into it. Now, what are those other factors? Well, one of them is the click-through rate. So Google's going to look at your ad and ask itself, well, what is the likelihood that people are going to click through on this ad to the landing site? Now, if the ad has appeared before, Google's going to look at the history of that ad and how often people have indeed clicked through. And it's going to come to a decision on the likelihood of the click-through on your ad. Now, other factors it's going to look at is ad relevance. So Google's going to look at the text of your ad and ask itself, how relevant is that text to that search phrase? And obviously, the more relevant it is, the better it is. If, for instance, that ad here was to talk about Dunedin vets, then the relevance wouldn't be very high. Now, the other factor that Google's going to look at is the landing page experience. So it's going to go through to the landing page connected with the ad, and it's going to look at the detail on that and ask itself, how relevant is the information on that landing page to the ad and to the search phrase? And obviously, the more relevant it is, the better that Google's going to see that ad. So to summarize, when Google does an auction, it takes into account the bid price, the click-through rate, ad relevance, and landing page experience. Now, what that means is you can potentially be prepared to offer less for the bid price but end up in a superior position to others because you've done very well on those other elements that form the auction process. Now, one thing I should make you aware of is that every time you do that search, you won't necessarily get the same result. Now, one of the reasons is that if you keep looking at the same search, Google's going to think you're not happy with the results and it's going to offer you different results. And another reason why you can get different results is people may have ads that are scheduled for certain times of the day. So obviously they won't appear all the time. But let's have a quick look and see if we can make the ads change. So let's just keep an eye. You can see there we've only got 3 ads there now, and 2, and so on. So